My name's Anthony Codispoti. Been a serial entrepreneur since I graduated college back in 1997. First business right out of school was a web design company. Had experience with SaaS businesses, both online and offline. Got involved with a costume jewelry business, started an eyewear business, and my current focus is online tea sales. The business that I worked with digital exits to sell a few years back is a business called GetMyTime.com. I started this business back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I had my web design company. It was the world's first web-based time tracking solution that integrated with the QuickBooks accounting software. And we built it because it was something that we needed. There was a need to have something that was web-based that could be used by both Macs and PCs and that didn't crash. So a few years ago, I really needed to focus more of my time and energy on my current projects, which is selling organic tea online, and needed to free up both some capital as well as some headspace to do that. When I made the decision that I was not equipped to handle this process on my own, I started to make some inquiries to people I respected. I talked with quite a few different firms, and the conversations that I had with Jock at Raincatcher confirmed for me that they were going to be the best fit. They were straight shooters, they were very honest about what they felt my business was worth, and what they'd be able to get for it. And they were very responsive to any questions that I asked. I just got a great all-around warm and fuzzy feeling from them. So the first few weeks of working involved filling out a series of questionnaires and providing them with the necessary financial documents. Once they collected that information, they kind of went underground for a couple of weeks to put together the prospectus. And then from there, they put the prospectus out there to their buying list. And within a couple of weeks, they were starting to set up phone calls one-on-one with some of these prospective buyers so they could ask me questions directly. And then from there, pretty quickly, we were able to sort of narrow down the list to the people who were legitimate contenders. We were able to start entering negotiations with people, I'd say within the first 60 days of our initial contract with Raincatcher. One of the things I liked about working with Raincatcher is that they did keep me informed at different stages of the process, but I wasn't overwhelmed with unnecessary information. So they dealt with a lot of the, what I'm gonna call sort of the Mickey Mouse, like day-to-day back and forth that happened with a lot of the buyers, and they only came to me with the important things. You know, here's somebody who's interested, and here's their offer. Here's somebody who wants to have a phone call. Are you available? Here's a new question that we haven't received before. How would you like me to respond to this? But they played a buffer between myself and prospective buyers throughout the entire process, which was helpful because I didn't really want to get involved in the nitty-gritty of it. I was too busy for that. So they took a lot of that busy work away from me. One of the things as I look back on the process that really impressed me was how hard they worked on my deal. My deal wasn't a big one. I knew that, they knew that, but I never felt like a second-rate customer. I never felt like I was being given a story. You know, if there was a negotiation that was going well, they told me that. If there was one that was going south and it seemed like a once prospective buyer was no longer a worthy candidate, they were straight up with me about that as well. I didn't feel like I had to read between the lines with them. It was just all very matter of fact. Here's what's going on. At the end of the day, I was just really impressed with how hard they worked on such a small deal. To me, it just really showed a lot of character. Yeah, of course, the best part of any deal is when you're able to sign on the dotted line and receive the check. And I feel that Raincatcher did everything that needed to be done to sell the business on time, to find the best possible buyer, and to get the best value for the business. It was great working with Raincatcher.